Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the ledger. Okay, hope the journal is clear to all of you. Now there will be some of the other questions which will be disturbing and will be little bit difficult type. What you have to do is that try that, and if you are not able to do it, then message me and ask the solution. I will explain that to you. Okay, right? Today we are going to start a ledger, and basically, as I have already told you, the journal entry, the format of the journal entry is the base of all the accounting treatment that is going to continue, right? After that, as I have already told you, accounting is a cyclic process where uh, first of all we start with journal, then we move on to ledger. Okay, then accordingly we move after ledger to the trial balance, and then trial balance to the uh, final accounts, where we solve all the items before adjustment and after adjustment. Subsequently I'll be teaching that. Okay, so today we are in the second step of our accounting cycle, that is ledger. Now in case of journal, what we have done is that in journal all the items are, what happened, all the items are shown at one particular place, right? एक जगह पे दिखाया, सारे आइटम्स को हम लोगों ने जर्नल के फॉर्मेट में एक जगह पे दिखा दिया है ना. All the items were shown at one place. Clear? But in case of ledger we don't do that. क्यों पता है? When you do journal, you have a complete record of all the transaction at a place, and this complete record is also having a disadvantage. The disadvantage is that you will not be able to find out any specific information. कोई specific information अगर चाहिए तो नहीं मिलेगा. If you want only the information about how much you are supposed to pay to the people, remember the one to whom I am supposed to pay is our creditor, right? How much I am going to get from many customers, they will be our debtors who is going to pay us, right? I want to know only that particular things. How will I know? Journal say, yes, you can do that, but it will be very difficult, very difficult for you to find it out. Okay, so to make the things very simple, to make the things easier, we move on to the next option, that is ledger, where individual items will be maintained. Okay, ledger is a book where accounts are maintained for each and every items. Okay, each and every item individually, each and every item is maintained individually. हर item को हम लोग अलग अलग से उसका हिसाब करेंगे. Okay, clear? Now let's come to the format. Rest of the things like what is the advantage, features and all, you just read, see it. That is very simple. So let's come to the format of ledger. Now if you face any of the problem in the introduction of ledger, you please clarify that. I'll go to the practical portion where most of the things will be automatically clear, because the theory and practical in accountancy is almost the same thing. What you learn in theory, that we practice, and what you practice is the theory. Okay, so now coming to the ledger. So what is there? See, in the format of ledger, first of all we'll learn what is the format of ledger. So format of ledger basically will be of T shape. See, this one is a T shape. This is the main divider which is dividing both the sides, two sides. One is the debit side, the left side is called the debit side, the right side is called the credit side. Okay, it is divided by this particular line. Generally I prefer my students to give a double line. In this case, here you give a double line, in the top margin you give a double line, this. Okay, to beautify the format, it will look good and it will help to differentiate also. Fine. Then first of all you will have to make a T-shaped format. Then both the sides will have their own date column. Debit side का अपना date column, credit side का अपना date column. फिर debit side में particulars, debit side will have one particulars where the information will be written about the account. Okay, then a journal folio. We have seen in ledger, we have seen in the journal entry that there was a particular column written ledger folio, where nothing we wrote till now, right? But when you go for practical practices, you will find that that ledger folio will refer where that particular journal is going to come in the ledger, address of the journal in the ledger. Same way, the journal folio is referring to the journal number. How much journal number? What is the page number? This particular ledger, will contain this information in this column. Okay, the information regarding the journal will be written here. कहाँ से आया? कितना number journal? It will be written in the journal folio. So journal folio is the address of this particular journal in the ledger. Okay, sorry, address of this ledger in the journal. Okay, address of the ledger in the journal. ये ledger जो यहाँ पे आया वो कौन से journal से आया? That is the thing. Okay, and at last the amount column will be there. Okay, the amount will be referring to that particular referred account. Clear? Likewise, in the credit side also you'll have date column, particulars column, journal folio. JF means journal folio. Okay, and the amount column. Clear? This is the format of journal. Now, as we are seeing that journal, and we know about that, is that journal is the base of ledger, isn't it? And in fact, all the entries. So that is why what will happen is that after getting any transaction, you have to first of all derive the journal entry of it. Journal entry लिखने की जरूरत नहीं एग्जाम में. अगर पूछा है क्वेश्चन में, बोला है क्वेश्चन में बनाने के लिए, then you will do it. Otherwise, no need to do that. What you have to do is that only prepare the ledger account, and in the rough you do the journal entry, or orally also you can do the journal entry, no problem, depending on how confident you are with your journal entry. Okay, so now let's first of all see the transaction. This is how your question will be placed to you. Okay, a question will be given and it will be asked that from this particular information prepare ledger account. Here I am showing the journal and ledger both. Okay, journalize the following transactions of StarKids publication and post the entries to the ledger. Generally it will be only asked that from the following transaction post into ledger. Okay, from the following transaction post into ledger, or post the following transaction in the ledger. Okay, that means you are going to find out the journal entry of each and every transaction and then put it in the ledger. So journal इसलिए base हो गया. Okay, so what you have to do is that first of all you have to find out just the journal entry. Okay, so whenever a question is given to you like this, what you will do is that first of all you find out how many ledgers you have to make. Okay, clear? Fine. Individually you will do one by one also you can do, or as a whole also you can do. I will teach you one by one so that it will be it will not be very difficult. Okay, but at a time also if you do, it can save your time. Both I will say, I'll speak about both the situations, when you are going to take only one item and prepare the ledger, and when as a whole you can take and prepare all the ledger and then go for solving it. That way both the ways you can follow. Okay, and in doing that procedure also, what will be the precaution you need to take, that also I will let you know. So first of all, starting with the first transaction, see, started business with cash. So what are the two items we are getting? We are already acquainted with journal. So one is cash and started business, so other one is capital. So two accounts we got, right? Now if you are preparing individually, मतलब एक एक ट्रांजेक्शन का एक एक लेजर फिर से बनाओगे तो क्या होगा, यहाँ पे कितना लेजर बनाना है, you have to prepare two ledger. As I told you, ledger is a place where all the items will have individual account. Okay, like cash will have cash account, cash का अलग हिसाब, capital will have capital account, अलग हिसाब. But remember, once you prepare one particular format, like for cash, if you have prepared once, no need to prepare it again. Once you prepare it, that will be enough. Again, it is not required. Only once you have to prepare. Okay. So if you prepare individually, then what you will do is that just find out what are the items, cash and capital. So you will just go and prepare one cash account and one capital account. Okay. You can just see here. So I'm just showing you. Yeah. Yes. Cash account and capital account, right? Cash account and capital account. But if you want that, no, I will not show it. I want to do it at a time. All the format I want to make it. I want to prepare it all the format at a time and then go for ledger posting. That is also not a bad decision. Okay. Only thing that you must remember is that only thing you must remember is that when you prepare at a time, like suppose all the items you are taking at a time. Okay, all the items, how many items are there, you will collect and you will prepare all the accounts at a time. If you do that, then you must be careful that cash column, bank column, purchase and sales, this should be little bigger. Okay, the size of the format should be little bigger. Why? Because it will have plenty and plenty of transactions. Okay, depending on the size type of question you have, what is the length of the question, all this. Okay, so let's find out. Started business with cash. So what are the account? One is the cash and one is the capital. So two accounts we got, right? Then again, opened a bank account with Syndicate Bank. So one is the bank account. Bank account means the syndicate bank account. So third one also account we got. And what is the fourth item? Here cash, right? Cash. Open the bank account means with cash only we are opening. So already we have prepared cash account. So no need to prepare again. So total 3 accounts we have got till now. Then goods purchased on credit from Raj Publishers, right? So one is goods, right? So one goods, for the goods, what do we write the name? Purchase account. So one is a purchase account and other one, since it is purchased on credit, so one will be the name of Raj Publishers. Okay, so purchase account and Raj Publisher account. So total 2 more accounts we got. Earlier it was 3, now 2 more, 5 accounts. Clear? Then comes purchased office machine paid by check. Clear? Paid by check means one we are getting bank. So already we are having the bank account, no need to prepare again. Clear? What do we have? Purchase office machine. It is not purchase account. Why it is not a purchase account? Because it is a machine that is purchased. Asset is purchased. So whenever you purchase an asset, it is recorded on the name of asset itself. Okay, so it will be machine account. Clear? Machine account. So what is the item? What are the item you got here? One is the machine, one is the bank. Bank is already prepared, so you will prepare only machine. So earlier it was 5. Now additional one is machine. So now it is 6 accounts we have to prepare. Clear? Then comes ledger. Then comes the next one, rent paid by check. Okay, total 6 ledger we have to prepare till now. Now next comes the rent paid by check. So again, check means bank. So bank we already have. What we don't have is the rent account. So another one we got rent. So now it's 7 ledger accounts. Then comes sale of goods on credit to Sobhit and Son. So sales account and Sobhit and Son. Why Sobhit and Son? Because it is a credit transaction, right? So sales account 1 we got and Sobhit and Son we got. So total 2 we got. Earlier it was 7, now 2 more, 9 accounts now. 9 ledger accounts. Then cash sales. Cash sales means one is cash, one is sales. So cash also we have already prepared and sales also we have already prepared. So no need to prepare new account. In the old itself you can write down old whatever you have, what account you have already prepared, in that you will be writing it. Okay, in the existing account. So no need to prepare. Already we are having 9 accounts, so it is now 9 till now. Then next comes the cash paid to Raj Publisher. Now we know that cash account we already have the cash account, and the next one is Raj Publisher. So Raj Publisher also we have already prepared, so no need to prepare another account also, any more account here. So we have 9 now. Then received a check from Sobhit and Son, right? Check we have received. Now whenever you receive a check, I told you to mention it either check in hand or bank account, depending on whether the check is deposited on next date or no information is there. If suppose there is no information, then you write down bank account. Now if it is told that the check was deposited on some other day, then you write down check in hand account. But here no information, so we will take it directly bank account. So we already have the bank account, and Mrs. Sobhit's Son account we have already prepared it. It's the same name. Okay, Sobhit and Son and the Mrs. Sobhit and Son is the same name. Okay, so what we will do is that we will not prepare any account here also. So till now we have 9 accounts. Then salary paid in cash. One is the cash, another one is salary, right? So cash we have already prepared. What we have not prepared is the salary account, right? So we will prepare one more account. So total 10 accounts we have got. Okay. Ledger, no need to have any other tension. So what you have to do, only one format you will prepare all the ledger, all the journal entries. For journal, no need to worry. One journal format and all the entries will come here. But for ledger, you have to prepare individual account. So how many accounts did we get? Total 10 accounts are there. Okay, so first of all, you will prepare all the 10 accounts. You can put the scale in the margin, and first of all, you will draw the top 2 lines. Okay, try to understand what I'm saying. Top 2 lines, and in one page you can prepare 4 formats of ledger. Okay, top 2 lines giving equal number of gaps, and then place the scale in the middle of the top 2 lines, and at a time you can draw the lines. Okay, draw the double lines at a time, and accordingly all the format, whole of the format of 4, the whole of the 4 format can be drawn at a time, putting the scale at one place. Okay, then moving to the next place of the next column. Then again moving to the next place for the next column. At a time you pull the lines and you can make the format at a time. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, even if you don't understand, you ask me. Okay, I will explain to you. But that means what I told is that first you give the double line, then you give this. I'll just show you here. First you give this double line. This top line should be double line. This one you give. Then you give the second line. Once you give the second line, after that give little gap and you prepare and you repeat this step again. Okay, in one page you can prepare 4 formats. Clear? Then you place your scale in the center here at a time, and at a time you can pull the line for all the formats, giving little bit gap between 2 formats. There should be at least 1 inch gap between 2 formats. 1 inch gap should be there for between 2 formats. Clear? Then again, in the same way, you place your scale here and make a line in all the formats for date column, then for particulars column, then for journal folio. Automatically the amount column will come. Same way you repeat the same thing in the credit side also. Okay, this way you can prepare plenty of ledgers. Okay, 4 ledgers you can prepare at a trot. Okay, and it will save a lot of time. Okay, that is what I mean to say. Clear? So we have seen that it is total of 10 formats. Okay, so we can see here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? 10 formats are ready. Then what we will do? These are the steps. Okay, remember it properly. So next what you will do is that one by one we will go for every item. Once the formats are done, you fill it up. Okay, fill it up. Date, particular, journal folio, amount, date, particular, journal folio, amount, debit, credit. Name of the account you can write down as you go on doing the journal and ledger accounts. Okay, journal and ledger accounts. So at a time we will go with that. So first of all, what is there? April 5. So give the year in all the boxes. You can give the year as 2006, and month also as April. Only once you write in the column, that is once you can write in the debit side, once you can write in the credit side. No need to repeat it again and again. The date and the month and the year. Okay, the month and the year. The date should be changed according to the transaction. So first of all, it is started business with cash 40,000. So we know the journal entry, right? What it is? Cash account debit to capital account, isn't it? Cash account debit to capital account. You can see cash account debit to capital account being business started. How much? For 4 lakh, 4 lakh. Now you can see that what is here? Cash and capital. So first of all, you will prepare the cash account. Cash account is there. So make the format and go in the cash. See, cash account we have prepared. Okay, rest of the things you have to fill up beforehand. Okay, then cash account you have written. Now what has happened with that? You just see the transaction. Cash is debit. Try to understand it very nicely. It is the first transaction. So try to understand very, very nicely and carefully. Cash is debited. मतलब कैश के डेबिट साइड में कैश को डेबिट किया ना तो हम लोग कैश के डेबिट साइड में जाएंगे. Okay, we will go in the debit side of cash. And what will you write? You know what is written in the name of what is written in the name in the credit side. Okay, the name what is written in the credit side that you will write. Where will you write it? Cash is debited. So go in the debit side and write down the credit name. कैश के डेबिट साइड में जाकर लिखो क्यों डेबिट हुआ. Why cash is debited? Because capital is coming in the business. That is why we are writing it the credit item. If you write in the cash debit side to cash, see cash is debit, right? If you write down cash debit side to cash, you will not understand what has happened. How will you understand? When you write the opposite item. Why cash is debited? Because capital is coming. So you write in the cash debit side to capital account. To capital account. Give the date to capital account 4 lakh. Clear? Again cash, what is happening with the capital? Capital is being credited with 4 lakh, right? So credit side of capital account you will go, and what will you write? The opposite item, that is in the debit. Why the capital is credited? Because cash is coming in. See, capital, credit side by, okay, capital, credit side by cash. In the debit we start with 2, in the credit we write with by. Remember that, okay? In the debit we write 2, the name of the item. In the credit we write down by the name of the item. What will you write? By cash account. The opposite in the debit side, what is written there, right? Cash capital account is credited with the opposite item, that is by cash account 4 lakh. Clear? Now we will go to the next item. So what is the next item? Opened a bank account with Syndicate Bank. How much? 1,60,000. We are opening a bank account with Syndicate Bank. So what will happen? bank account debit to cash account, or you can even mention the name of the bank also, right? So what is the journal entry? See, bank account debit to cash account. Why the journal entry is like this, I have already explained to you in the videos. If you are not clear, you watch the video. Even after that, if you are not clear, you ask me. Okay. So bank account debit to cash account. So bank is debited. So go in the debit side of bank, and what will you write? You will write what is in the credit. So bank debit side, we will write down to cash, isn't it? So debit side we start with 2. So just see here, bank debit side. See, bank account we have prepared. So bank debit side, what will you write? To cash. To cash. How much? 1,60,000. And what are we doing with bank? Okay, bank we have done, bank debit side, right? And what we are doing with the cash? Cash is credited. So go in the credit side of cash, and what will you write? The opposite one, by bank, isn't it? In the cash column. See, the cash column we have already prepared here. So no need to prepare again. So cash credit side you have gone, and you have written by bank account 1,60,000. By bank account 1,60,000. The date should be April 8. Okay. Are you understanding? Okay, if you are not able to understand, you repeat and hear again. It is very simple. What you have to do is that only you have to think what is the journal entry. After that, it's just the crossing of the item that is to be placed. Debit side में हम लोग credit वाला का नाम लिखते हैं, और credit side में हम लोग debit वाले का नाम लिखते हैं. Okay, that is the concept. Then goods purchased on credit from Raj Publishers. How much? 60,000. So if you purchase on credit, it will be purchase account debit to Raj Publisher. They are the giver, right? So purchase account debit to Raj Publisher. You can see the journal entry. Purchase account debit 60,000 to Raj Publisher 60,000. So what will you do in the here? Purchase account is debited. So go in the debit side of purchase account, and what will you write? To Raj Publisher. Clear? You can see here. Go to the purchase account, debit side. Purchase is debit, so purchase debit side to Raj Publisher 60,000. And what will happen with Raj Publisher? You just see the journal entry again. Raj Publisher is credited. So go in the credit side of Raj Publisher and write down buy purchase 60,000, isn't it? So you see the Raj Publisher buy purchase 60,000, isn't it? Clear? Now I hope you all are understanding and enjoying it. Okay. Clear? Try to understand it. Okay. Don't just get panic and think that it's not out of your or it's not a cup of your, it's not your cup of tea. Don't think all these things. This is very simple. Accountancy is as simple as your complicated friends. Okay, there are many friends of yours who are very complicated for others, but for you they are very simple, very good, very sober. In the same way, accountancy also, if you make accountancy your friend, it will be complicated for many others, but for you, your friend will be very simple. That means accountancy will be very simple. Okay, remember that. So April 12, what is given here? Purchased office machine. Purchased office machine. What is the payment? How the payment is made? Payment made by check, right? So office machine will be debit, and check means bank will be, bank account is paying. So bank goes, money goes out from the bank, credit, right? So what will happen? Machine account debit, or you can write on office machine account debit, or even you can write on office equipment also. Account debit to bank account. Clear? So here we are mentioning it as office machine. So office machine account debit to bank account. Now office machine account we have to prepare. So what we'll do in the office machine debit side, machine account is debit, right? So we'll go in the debit side and you will write down to bank, the opposite one, right? So office machine will go in the office machine account. See, office machine debit side will go and write down to bank, because office machine is debited. So we'll go in the debit side. And how it is debited? How it is debited? By the credit item to bank account 40,000. Clear? And now what will happen with the next item? What is the next item? The bank, isn't it? The bank is credited. Bank is credited by 40,000. So go in the credit side of bank. Go in the credit side of bank. See what will happen. We have already prepared the bank account. Go in the credit side and write down the debit item. What will you write? Buy office machine 40,000, isn't it? It was in the debit. ऑफिस मशीन ही था ना डेबिट में. क्या करेंगे हम लोग? बैंक को क्रेडिट कर दिया, तो बैंक के क्रेडिट साइड में जाओ और लिखोगे डेबिट वाला आइटम, बाय मशीनरी अकाउंट और मशीन अकाउंट, ऑफिस मशीन अकाउंट 40,000. Clear? Then coming to the next transaction, let's find out what is the next transaction. Rent paid by check. Rent पेमेंट किया हम लोगों ने चेक से, तो रेंट नॉमिनल अकाउंट लॉस डेबिट check goes out credit. So rent account debit to bank account, isn't it? Rent account debit to bank account. Clear? तो मतलब rent को debit किया, so go in the debit side of rent and write down what is in the opposite, credit, right? What is in the credit side? Bank, right? What is in the opposite side? What is the credit side? Bank. So rent के debit side में क्या लिखोगे? To bank. Clear? ये देखो, rent debited, so rent debit side to bank account. Clear? And what happened to bank? Bank को हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? Bank is credited, isn't it? Bank is credited. So go in the credit side of bank, and what will you write? To bank is credit or debit? It is credit. So you write by, not to. What will you write? By rent account. You can see here, bank credit side by rent account 10,000, isn't it? Clear? Okay. Now let's go to the next transaction. I hope all of you are able to understand now. It is very easy, isn't it? So what happened next? Sale of goods on credit to Sobhit and Son. We are selling to him. So he's a receiver. Sobhit and Son will be debit to sales account. So Sobhit and Son debit to sales account. Here you can see the amount also. Sobhit and Son account debit 20,000 to sales account 20,000. So Sobhit and Son will be debited. The amount of sale was also 20,000. You can just confirm it. See. Okay. So Sobhit and Son will be debit. So go in the debit side of Sobhit and Son and write down, what will you write? To sales. See, Sobhit and Son debit side to sales 20,000. And what happened to sales? What happened to sales? Sale was credited, isn't it? Sale was credited. You can see here, sale credited. So you go in the credit side of sales account and write down, what will you write? Credit side by Sobhit, opposite one, isn't it? So you can see in the sales account by, here, sales account by Sobhit and Son 20,000. Okay, clear? By Sobhit and Son 20,000. Is it clear, everyone? Now moving back to the journal entry again. What is the next item? Cash sales. So what was the cash sales? 30,000. So what is the journal entry? Cash account debit to sales, isn't it? You all know that. So cash account debit to sales. So go in the cash debit side. What will you write? Cash account we have already prepared, so no need to prepare again. Cash account debit. So cash debit side, what will you write? To sales. And sales credit side, what will you write? By cash. How much? 30,000, isn't it? So पहले कैश का करते हैं, कैश डेबिट साइड में जाते हैं, क्या लिखोगे? कैश अकाउंट के डेबिट साइड में टू सेल्स 30,000, राइट? एंड सेल्स को क्या किया? क्रेडिट. सो गो इन द क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ सेल्स. सी, क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ सेल्स. What will happen? Credit side of sales by Sobhit and Son 20, by cash account 30,000, isn't it? ये देखो क्या हुआ है? बाई कैश अकाउंट डेबिट टू सेल्स हुआ था ना. सेल्स के क्रेडिट साइड में कितना लिखेंगे हम लोग? 30,000. कैसे? बाई कैश. सो ये देखो, बाई कैश हम लोगों ने सेल्स के क्रेडिट साइड में लिखा, बाई कैश 30,000. क्लियर? ओके. नाउ कमिंग बैक टू द नेक्स्ट एंट्री. व्हाट इट इज? कैश पेड टू राज पब्लिशर. राज पब्लिशर को हम लोगों ने पेमेंट किया. ओके. सो व्हाट इट विल बी जर्नल एंट्री? राज पब्लिशर डेबिट टू कैश, isn't it? There the receiver debit, cash real account goes out credit. Cash real account goes out credit. So Raj publisher debit to cash. So Raj publisher के debit side में लिखो, क्या लिखोगे? Raj publisher के debit side में ये देखो, Raj publisher debit side to cash, and cash is credited. So cash के credit side में by Raj publisher 60,000. You can see here, cash को credit कर दिया ना, cash credited. So by cash के credit side में क्या लिखोगे? Opposite वाला by Raj publisher. Cash के credit side में opposite वाला by Raj publisher 60,000. Then coming to the next. What is the next transaction? Received a check from Messrs. Sobhit and Son. So receiving a check means bank account debit to Sobhit and Son. See the journal entry. Bank account debit to Sobhit and Son. How much? 20,000. So bank के debit side में जाओ, क्या लिखोगे? To Sobhit and Son. See bank debit side. To Sobhit and Son 20,000. And what happened to Sobhit and Son? Their credit side, right? They go credit किया. So go in the credit side of Sobhit and Son and write down opposite one by bank. See Sobhit and Son, you can see here it is written by bank account 20,000. Clear? Okay. Now coming back to the transactions. What is the last transaction? Salary is paid in cash 12,000. So what will be the narration? Journal entry? Salary account debit to cash account. All of you know that salary account debit to cash account. So salary के debit side में जाके क्या लिखना है? To cash. So ये देखो, सैलरी, डेबिट साइड वी आर राइटिंग टू कैश, और कैश को क्या किया, कैश को हम लोगों ने क्या किया, क्रेडिट. सो गो इन द क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ कैश एंड राइट डाउन ऑपोजिट वन. व्हाट विल यू राइट, बाय salary, isn't it? Cash credit, so cash credit side, buy salary. Clear? Okay, today I will teach you only the journal format, sorry, only the journal entries and the ledger format along with the ledger entries. How to do the balancing, इनका balancing कैसे करते हैं, this debit side, credit side, how to balance it, how to do it, I'll show you in the next class. Okay, with some more ledger entries I'll show you in the next class, otherwise today itself it will be too much for you all. I hope all of you understood this. Okay, this is the second page of ledger, this is the first page of ledger. Okay, this is the journal entry second page, this is the journal entry first page, and this is the question, this is the introduction. Okay, I hope all of you understood. Okay, if there is any doubt you can reply, you can give your attendance in the chat box. Don't forget to give your attendance, that is very very important. Okay, and take care of yourself and also take care of your parents, and have a good time for your studies and for your self development. Okay, that is very very important. Please go through your books also for the theoretical portions so that you can clarify those things, because most of the things are related to the practical itself, so that will be clear. Okay, and try to standardize your answers. Your answers should need to be more standard one. Not only that, standard doesn't mean that it should be very lengthy, but it should be informative. More of information should be there. Clear? Okay, then take care. Today we are ending up the class here. Bye bye.